Yeah, it's recording.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Mitchell, and I am a Fulbright English teaching assistant here at EAN University. This year has been an amazing year. I've gotten to see so many wonderful parts of Colombia, from Medellin to San Gil to Bucaramanga to, of course, the lovely and wonderful Bogota, Colombia. Working at EAN has been spectacular, working with students who are really focused on learning English and becoming global citizens, global business people, global translators, and global... and global workers who are working for a more accepting and open society. Working at EAN has been a wonderful experience in terms of administrative support, in terms of the tutorials that we've been able to offer, in terms of the co-teaching, teaching, and translation opportunities I've had, and additionally just learning more about the student body and learning more about the culture through the university has been a really rewarding experience. In terms of Bogota, there's so many wonderful things to do here in Colombia's capital, from going on graffiti tours to touring the Museo de Oro, to visiting the wonderful Monserrate. It's been an experience that has challenged me, that has opened my mind to the possibilities out there for Americans looking to teach in Latin America, improve on their Spanish, and grow in a new culture with a new and exciting community.
Can you talk about how your conceptions changed?
Yeah, so of course there are many perceptions about Colombia, ranging from drugs, ranging from violence, ranging from crime. The one thing is that Bogota is a very different city, and Colombia is a very different country than the age in which these perceptions emerged. Bogota is a place where I feel safe and secure. It's a place where I feel like I can engage with those around me, and it's a place where I really feel like I can bring in my personality, bring in my traditions, and bring in my own culture and find connecting points with the Rolo culture here in Bogota.
What was your favorite trip?
My favorite trip that I went on was probably to Cartagena and Santa Marta. Cartagena is an amazing city with a rich history in terms of liberation, in terms of a really starting point for Colombia. And Santa Marta is just an amazing place to tour, an amazing city to do activities in. I went motocross biking, I went diving, I went to Minca in the mountains where we stayed in a remote hostel, sleeping in hammocks across the mountains, and fortunately avoiding mosquitoes. And then of course also we went to the beautiful Tayrona beach, where we camped out under the stars in hammocks and tents as well. So this trip was one of the most diverse in terms of experiences, in terms of food, and also in terms of culture, as Cartagena is quite different from Bogota and Medellin.
What is one moment that sticks out to you as a really awesome cultural exchange here in the university?
In the university.
Tutorials, specific time in tutorials in class.
Oh, okay. So one of the best cultural exchange experiences I had here teaching at EAN was I gave a lesson on the evolution of Latin dance from West Africa, speaking about African Congo dance, talking about mambo as it moved, talking about bachata and merengue as they developed in Latin American slavery. And after I gave this lesson, I also taught the students some American dances that have derived from bachata and merengue and salsa. And then in turn, they taught me salsa and helped me improve my bachata with a little more sabor.
Good. All right, let's switch.
Yeah.
Is that okay? I probably should take a step back since I'm a little taller.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Is that okay?
Yep.
I kind of need a prompt. What did Nata want us to say?
Yeah, so talk about the culture experience here.
Okay.
And then talk about your experience at EAN.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess I can kick you off. Like, you've taught before, so what was it like teaching English abroad?
Teaching English abroad here in Colombia has been an amazing experience. I love instructing students here at EAN University in Bogota. They're extremely eager to learn. They're very passionate about what they're learning. They're extremely respectful, totally attentive. And so it's really been an absolute joy, and I feel extremely blessed to be at this university and to have this opportunity.
And what has it been like living in Bogota, in Chapinero/Zona Rosa?
Okay. Living in Bogota has been very, very nice. I live near the university in Chapinero and Zona Rosa, and I found that there's lots of restaurants that I can enjoy for lunch. There's lots of great things to do in terms of nightlife, and also I have a really good community with my roommates as well. We get along well.
What is one thing that surprised you about Colombia?
Good question. One thing that really surprised me about Colombia has been how safe it is. Of course, there are risks in coming to a foreign country, into Colombia. However, the preconceptions that I had have been totally changed. I was under the impression that I was going to need to be very, very vigilant when I was here because it's dangerous. That's what I had heard. And in reality, it's been a pretty safe experience. Of course, I'm careful with my belongings and careful where I'm walking around at night. I've been overall pleasantly surprised at how safe it's been.
And what's been your favorite thing you've done in Colombia, or favorite trip?
Cool. My favorite trip was to the interior of Colombia with Lincoln. We went to some awesome places. One of my favorites was Barichara, which is this beautiful pueblo that has these rustic old homes with tile roofs, and it's a completely scenic town. It looks like it's out of the 1700s or 1800s. There are beautiful churches, the people are extremely friendly, the food is delicious, and so traveling in the interior of Colombia was definitely the best part of my trip to Colombia.
And what did you learn about yourself while you were here?
Wow, I learned so much about myself being away from the United States for a year. It was fantastic to be extremely independent, to be able to make new friends, to speak a new language, and finally to explore new places. I think my ideas have shifted a lot. I'm a lot more of an independent person. I'm a lot more open-minded, and I'm able to just act with more confidence when approaching challenging cultural situations.
And what will you miss about EAN, and what will you miss about Colombia when you leave?
I'm definitely going to miss the students at EAN. I love teaching here and I love interacting with them on a daily basis. I really look forward to coming to work on Monday. I love teaching, so I will definitely miss the students. In terms of Colombia, I'm going to miss how beautiful the country is, how nice the people are, how happy the people are. I'm going to miss delicious lunches that are the main meal of the day and relatively affordable. I think I'm just going to miss it all, and I definitely will come back to visit this place that changed me so much. One more. Cultural exchange. Right in the classroom?
Yeah. So what was your most memorable moment of cultural exchange in the classroom?
That's really hard. Idioms were good, let me think.
Talk about your Narcos article.
True. That's a good point. My most memorable moment of cultural exchange in the classroom came one day when we were discussing stereotypes. I brought up the stereotypes about Colombia, and then I asked my students to analyze those stereotypes. The stereotypes they're analyzing was that Colombia is full of drug dealers, a narco state, lots of violence, and they really were strongly against those stereotypes in saying that yes, some of these things are part of our history, the drug conflict, displacement are part of our history. At the same time, we are trying to do so much to change these stereotypes, and that really affected me. At the time, there's a show on Netflix called Narcos, and I showed students a clip from this show, and they felt that this was perpetuating the stereotypes. And so, inspired by students, I went to write an article, and it eventually went viral. and it was really an awesome way to expose how Colombia and how the people of Colombia are trying to change their perception abroad and doing a good job of it. Oh, let me introduce myself. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. My name is Nick Brown, and I'm a Fulbright scholar at EAN University in Bogota, Colombia.